Good day, and welcome back to the UPSC Essay Masterclass. I'm glad you are here on episode 59 of this series that exists for one reason: to make your essay paper sharper than it was yesterday. Today, we are decoding a governance and ecology topic, the kind the examiner increasingly loves, one that hides a real Supreme Court ruling inside a single metaphorical sentence. If you have ever wondered how a court judgment becomes the spine of a top ranking essay, stay with me for the next few minutes. Here is the line as it might appear on your question paper: a permit signed after the axe has fallen defends the axe, not the forest. Read it twice. It sounds like a proverb, but it is really asking you a very concrete governance question about how India treats environmental violations after they have already happened. This family, ecology, civilization, and climate governance, has surfaced in 2022 and 2024, and with the courts now actively intervening in this space, its heat this year is recurring and rising. Well worth your preparation time. Start decoding by asking what each image stands for. The axe is the violation already committed. The forest is the public good that was harmed. And the permit is the state's after the fact forgiveness. The real tension is not environment versus development in the abstract. It is about timing, whether the law acts before the harm or only after it. So the question hiding inside this aphorism is simple: does a regime of retrospective clearance deter future violators, or does it quietly reward the fastest acts? Fix your thesis now, in one line, and hold it for all 1200 words. Mine would read something like this: a rule of law that habitually cures a violation after the fact does not protect nature. It merely teaches everyone that speed beats scrutiny. An essay like this needs 6 or 7 lenses moving in one direction, not scattered like a list. Open with the constitutional lens, the right to a healthy environment under Article 21, and the plain logic of the rule of law. Then move to political economy, the genuine pressure of ease of doing business and project timelines that makes retrospective forgiveness tempting for any government. From there, walk into administrative reality: why pollution boards and forest departments so often end up clearing a project after construction rather than before it. Let the ethical lens follow naturally. Ask who pays when a wetland disappears and who profits. And then close the body with the ecological lens: the fact that some losses simply cannot be reversed by any later permit. Each paragraph should answer a question the last one raised. That is what makes an essay feel like one argument instead of 6 essays stitched together. Do not float this essay on vague sentiment. Anchor it. In July this year, a Supreme Court bench quashed a 2021 government order that had allowed post-facto environmental clearance, holding it beyond the law and against the fair process guaranteed by the Constitution. Use that as your legal spine. Then bring in the number that gives it weight. Parliament was told that 20 infrastructure projects received environmental clearance inside protected or eco-sensitive areas over 2 recent years, and that nearly 49% of forest land diversion proposals were recommended for in-principle approval. Do not just drop that figure and move on. Interpret it. Ask your reader what a 49% approval rate says about how routine forest diversion has become, and let that interpretation carry your argument forward. For your opening, resist the dictionary, and resist since time immemorial. Open instead on the scene: a courtroom in July, a bench reading down a government order that had let projects build first and seek permission later. Narrow from that scene to your theme in 2 sentences, and state your thesis plainly by the 3rd or 4th line. Do not make the examiner wait for it. Midway through the essay, give the counter view its full due. A developing economy cannot let every clearance crawl through years of process while livelihoods wait. That is a fair point, and you must sit with it honestly before you answer it. Answer it by distinguishing speed from shortcut, by proposing that clearances be made faster before the fact rather than forgiven after it. Then close not with a summary, but with a vision, a forest department that clears in months rather than years, so that no one ever again has to choose between the axe and the forest. Here is a model opening you could adapt for your own draft. In July this year, a bench of the Supreme Court set down a government order that had, for years, let bulldozers move before paperwork caught up. And in that quiet reversal lay a question every growing nation must answer. And here is how you might close, echoing the same image. The forest does not ask for an apology once it has fallen. It asks only that the next axe wait for the permit, and not the other way around. Let us recap the approach before you go and write. Decode the image first and fix a single thesis you will defend for the whole essay. Build your dimensions in a sequence that has momentum, each one answering the question the last one raised. Anchor every major claim with a fact you can actually source, and always interpret the number, never just drop it. Give the counter view its honest due before you answer it, and close on a vision that lingers, not a list that repeats what you already said. That is today's masterclass. I know the hours at your desk feel long, and the syllabus feels longer. But every essay you practice this way is quietly building a habit examiners reward. So keep going, one honest draft at a time. If you would like the complete written model for topics like this one, 2 full essays with examiner-style margin notes, drop your email in the comments or write to team@upscdesk.com. And we will see you tomorrow with the next topic.